Okay, welcome to today's video. For those of you that watched the last video, you'll know that for the last few months I've had this massive mental cloud of all of the things that I possibly could be doing, and that's led to a lot of uncertainty with the future, with the degree I'm on and basically everything that I want to be doing and the work that I'm focusing on. It's led to a lot of demotivated states because I don't know what to focus my attention on, because there are these million things that I want to be doing and I can't see the benefits of the stuff I should be doing for my future plans, my future goals, and that is a really difficult state to be in. So I vowed that for this year, 2022, I would focus on gaining as much clarity with the work that I was doing as I possibly could, and with that would hopefully be in a more motivated state, be more driven and be tackling everything that I wanted to be tackling. But with that, I found that the single greatest determinant of that drive, of that clarity, is the morning routine and exactly how it is that you start each and every day. So I brought together all of the information that I'd read in books, in YouTube videos, in literally any advice that anyone had given me to create this morning routine. The routine that I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you a full day using this routine, and then I'm going to be explaining whether or not I found it helpful, what I'm going to be doing for the next 30 days, few months, even a year, to try and adapt this routine and turn it into the perfect routine that gives you that clarity and gives you that intent when it comes to work. So first of all, if this sounds like something you would have value in, I would absolutely love it if you dropped to subscribe. I'm going to have loads more content like this coming on this channel. In fact, in the new year, I've got bags and bags of content planned, all trying to help you gain some clarity and be the best version of yourself in 2022. Without further ado, hope you enjoyed the video. This is the first day of using the routine and exactly how I found it.
Alexa, lights on. Okay, good morning lads. So today is actually Monday the 27th of December, and I thought after all of the Christmas antics we've had and the demotivating week we had before that, it was time to crack on and try and have the first productive day over this Christmas holiday, try and get all of the work done that we're behind on, and yeah, just have some sort of routine and some sort of normality and try and crack on with this year. So that's what we're doing now. I'm gonna have 20 minutes reading, I'm gonna have 20 minutes of exercise, 20 minutes of journaling in that high performance planner that we got. First book of the day, or first book of the year, is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. We're gonna crack on with that, and they've got lots of drawing to do. Let's go. Alright, workout time. Right, we're going back to the classic lockdown routes with the Chris Harrier Then X home chest workout. Little 15-minute workout, let's get into it. Oh, mate, flipping heck. That was a knackering workout, but you know what, we've absolutely smashed it. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling pumped, I'm feeling ready to go. So quickly, breakfast, then on to the journaling, and then cracking on with the day.
Trust me, give you a good time. Touch me, love when you put your hands on me.
Okay, so obviously the aim of a successful morning routine is to set yourself up for the day, allow you to be as productive as possible and feel as content and as fulfilled as possible throughout that entire process. So today, basically, I woke up, did my reading, went downstairs, exercised, had breakfast, showered, all of that, and filled in every single thing that I've got to do today, basically time coordinated so that I know exactly when I have to do each thing, and overall everything that I've got to do that day. But also a few things to basically help me stay feeling content throughout the entire process and get it all done without feeling like I'm just working 24/7. So by the end of this day, I'll know if the morning routine was a success if I've got 5 hours of artifact study done, I've had all of the calls and all of the little tasks I need to do, I've managed to work out, I've managed to hit my calorie goals, and then I've gone out and had a sick time with all of my mates in the evening, and basically completed a full, well-rounded day of productive work and feeling content. Let's get started.
Give you a good time. Give you a good. Give you a good time. Give you a
Alright, we're now halfway through the day, and so far so good. Like, energy's been high, we've been getting a lot done, and we've smashed out everything so far that we were meant to have done by now. Like, a tiny bit behind on the artifact study, just because the morning routine ran over slightly because I was filming it, so it took a lot longer. Otherwise, yeah, we're running high. Although I came up to lunch, and I find when I eat, my energy drops slightly. So for the next kind of like half an hour, I'm expecting my energy to be a lot less. But we're gonna get the coffee in, we're gonna get everything in, and a quick change of scene now out of my dad's office, because changing of scene helps with the motivation and helps you to have the drive to get everything done. So back it on with some more drawing. Let's go.
Bubbles, we holding our liquor down. If it's a problem, I go to the bar and I shut it down. Get on my section, don't bother with lames. I'm watching these bunnies bounce. Shorty a 10, the rubber band, come off with 100 pounds. All of the talk, but don't run them out. I'm trying to be out. All I really wanna know, when we leaving. All I really need to know is when we're leaving. All I really wanna know.
Right, lads, time to go out. So this is the fit for tonight. We've got this new top. I'm actually really liking it. In fact, let me whack up the brightness so you can see it a bit better. Yeah, it's just like a little like a fake hoodie kind of top. You got the chain, you got a new shirt, you got new jeans, and then you've obviously got the watch, you got the rings, and the bracelet that my brother got me for Christmas, which is absolutely sexy, by the way. Cool. Let's crack on with the night. Over the lads.
Is when we're leaving.
Okay, so what are my thoughts after the first day on this routine? Well, first of all, this day was absolutely brilliant. Knowing exactly what I was going to do at the start of my day meant I got straight out of bed. There was no hesitancy, there was no thought, because I knew that if I slept through, I would screw up that routine. I wanted to be up by 6 AM and I wanted to be working by about 7:30, 8 AM, and for that reason, it meant that I did get out of bed, I stuck to it, and that was brilliant. Then the most crucial thing was the routine itself. So obviously, I had 20 minutes of reading. I actually read the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I found that the 20 minutes wasn't actually long enough to really comprehend the text and get a decent chunk of the way through it. So I'm actually going to be extending that to half an hour. But then after that half an hour of reading, I went straight into some exercise. I did a 20-minute workout. That was really good. It gave me a bit of a boost, gave me some more energy throughout the day. Straight away went into breakfast, had this beautiful smoothie. Upstairs, did the journaling, planned out the day, and that planning of that day gave me so much more clarity with what I wanted to do, and it just meant that throughout the day, I was just sticking to that plan because I knew what I had to do when I had to do it. It meant that I stuck to it. There was no like mental confusion anymore. I wasn't thinking about the million other things that I could be doing because I'd sat down at the beginning of the day and I'd prioritized. In fact, this book, so my mum actually bought it for me for Christmas. It's the High Performance Planner. That has been an absolute godsend. With that, it allows you to kind of deep dive into your mind at the start of that day, just for like 10-15 minutes. It allows you to realize what you're prioritizing for that day, plan it all out, and have a few things that help you feeling content and fulfilled. For example, one thing you might be looking forward to that day, one person that you can surprise with something nice just to make their day, and loads of little things like that in that book. And it also helps you at the end of the day to dive into exactly how the day went, anything you can do to improve, and the areas of your life that you feel like could be improved and that you could add more value to. So for that reason, I definitely recommend this book. I've linked it in the description if you do want to pick it up on Amazon. That is of course an affiliate link, so I'll get like 2 to 3% commission. So if you do want to help the channel out, that'd be really appreciated. So overall, on that first day, it was a massive success. I got everything I wanted to done. I went out, I saw my mates, I felt so like satisfied with the work that I was doing that it allowed me to properly or to truly enjoy that social experience a lot more, and it left me feeling content and fulfilled at the end of that day. I went to sleep, smashed it, and I felt so much better than if I'd just been putting all that work off on living in my head and all those million other things that I could be doing. However, this did not remain the case. So for the second day and the third day, I did find it slightly harder to get up in the morning, slightly harder to do that exercise, and I didn't have the same level of drive that I had in the first morning. Having said that, there were still much more productive days than all of the days I'd had over Christmas where I didn't have any morning routine at all. In fact, I'd go as far as to say it was probably 3 or 4 or 5 times as productive just having some sort of routine in the morning, even if it didn't feel like that energy and that drive stayed with me the entire time. And then, of course, New Year's hit and I didn't get anything done. The routine went out the window, and again I realised the importance of having that routine because I did nothing the entire day and it was so bad. So the focus for this next 30 days is to revitalise that routine. Try to find the perfect balance of the exercise whereby you're not like completely draining yourself for the rest of the day, which I did find on one of the days where I did a full workout in the morning rather than the 20 minutes of exercise. So that might be something like light walking or a little jog or something like that. It isn't too intensive that it knackers you, but gives you a little bit of energy to keep yourself going, but that still throws your body into an energy producing coaching state to give you that little boost for the rest of the day. And yeah, that's the aim, is to focus on that for the next month, next 2 months, next 3 months. That is the one thing that I feel like would solve most of the issues that I'm having when it comes to the motivation, when it comes to the drive, and not having that mental clarity. How I start each and every morning of this year, and how I use that to propel myself in everything that I'm doing. But of course, that is going to be very, very tricky. For example, the last couple of days, I haven't managed to stick to that routine. I haven't managed to get out of bed in the morning, and that is just ruining the chance of building that habit. So I need to stick to that. And then also when it comes to uni, I need to try and adapt it, see if it's still going to be effective when I get there, and if uni life and the craziness of it all doesn't completely screw up this plan. But if you do want to follow along, do want to see that, I definitely recommend dropping a subscribe. But otherwise, yeah, see you next Monday.
I live inside my own world of make-believe.